Hi everyone, my name is Alex. Today I'm going to be trying the Dr. Ceuracle Vegan Kombucha Tea Essence. This product retails for $36. I'm very excited to be trying this, mainly because a lot of you have requested it. This is a #1 bestseller from Dr. Ceuracle. I had the chance to try out their BHA serum before. This is the next product. It's supposed to be a milky, light vegan kombucha toner. I'm very excited to see what I notice with it, the texture, how it performs for my skin, and there's just so much I'm looking for. This product is vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, alcohol-free, and comes in recyclable packaging. They seem to use some great ingredients in here. I'm excited to see what I notice with it in terms of the finish. I'm excited to see how it leaves my skin feeling and what I notice with my skin. Is it mainly just a hydrating product, or do I notice any other benefits with it? This is also more expensive in terms of toners, so I'm excited to see what makes this product stand out and if it is worth that price point. As for anything else, I'll be continuing to do check-ins, so I will see you all in the next check-in. I'm here to give you all a quick check-in and also my first impression with this essence. Very excited to be trying it because my skin has been very dry, and I think this is supposed to be, it claims to be a creamy, kind of light skin essence, which obviously most essences have a lightweight texture, which this one is no different, but wow. That feels super moisturizing going on the skin, which that translates pretty well on camera. It is very lightweight, almost feels like it could be a moisturizer for oily skin. I'm not sure if I can testify for that because my skin is like the desert right now. It is so dry and it's been a little bit irritated. So I'm excited to see how this product performs, specifically to calm my skin, which I'm feeling a little bit of an instant benefit with nourishment. For me, this essence is going to be like a lightweight layering step, which it's performing like a typical essence. It's pretty light. It's pretty nourishing as well though. Blends in practically immediately, doesn't leave too heavy of a finish. You can see my skin is turning red because the sensitization of my skin is so bad right now. Like I just got in from being out in the cold. So very nourishing layering step. Definitely go in with it right after your cleanser. I love how it feels. I do feel like I could apply multiple layers of this if I'm really dry or needing it, but if not, one layer should be enough. And also, this is definitely more of a dry skin layering product. Oily skin, I've seen some essences and toners being used as a final step moisturizer, which I know that sounds crazy. I would never personally do that, but if you feel that's all you need, then you could definitely end with this product. But I'm excited to see what else I notice, and specifically if it causes any acne. So I'll see you all in the next check-in. I'm back to give you all my final thoughts on this essence. Now, they do have some claims attached, such as brightening benefits, that I feel like I'm gonna need to use this a little bit longer to see more of those. I'm not struggling really bad with hyperpigmentation at the moment. I did notice though that this essence was instantly hydrating. It gave a lightweight, milky texture to the skin that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting, usually with tea toners and kombucha, they have more watery consistencies. This did have more of a milky consistency, but when it comes to whether I'd classify it as a milky toner or a watery toner, kind of that fine line. It is one of the lightest weight milky toners that I have tried, but it is also having a little bit more weight than a watery toner, so it's just kind of the happy medium. I feel like it was very balanced. It delivered a beautiful glow to the skin. Now, I'm not going to talk much about price points because they retail anywhere and they vary depending on this Korean skincare website, but I will say I've noticed this to sway more towards the expensive side. And so here's the thing, I've tried out so many milky toners. I feel like there definitely are some more budget-friendly options. They don't necessarily have the same technology or ingredients that this product does. One of them, for instance, that's coming to mind, I looked over the ingredients and saw Saccharomyces. That is one of the highlight ingredients in the Ordinary's milky toner. Kind of has a similar texture to this, and so that could be a potential more budget-friendly alternative if you are looking for that, also available at the drugstore. But not to discredit the amazing things that I saw with this formula, because I feel like it is a great product. I truly am having trouble comparing milky toners, but this left a beautiful hydrated look to the skin. I was surprised by how dewy and hydrating it was, but I feel like it's lightweight enough that any skin type could get away with using it. Definitely combination to dry. Oily, it's kind of pushing it. I feel like it is definitely more intended to deliver more hydration and moisturization, because it was just slightly heavy and nourishing on the skin. It's very comparable to the Haru Haru Barrier Essence. It's kind of that fine line, like I said, with milky toners and kind of watery toners, but that one I have loved the more that I've continued to use it. I've used that one for longer, and so I have a little bit more of a bias towards that product at the moment, but I still love this one. I feel like that the more time I spend with it, better I will enjoy it, because truthfully they have some great brightening ingredients in here that I feel like I need just a little bit more time with, and so I will keep you posted on this product. But at the moment, I would recommend it. If you're not willing to spend this much on skincare, I would recommend looking at the Ordinaries first, seeing if you want just a little bit more added ingredients. That is what I feel like you are investing in this product for, not just a nourishing product, but also a slightly brightening product as well, which I did see very, very subtle results with. I mean, it was just something that could have been delivered from the hydration it was giving, because I did notice that my skin was looking more radiant, but it could be from just being more nourished and more hydrated. I could definitely say I'm going to continue using this throughout the spring. It's perfect for me. I am very combination right now. I'm a little bit more oily in my T-zone, a little bit drier in my outer perimeter, but I feel like this was still very balanced, and so I personally feel like any skin type could use it unless you're just really oily. Ultimately, I had a great experience with it. No new acne, no heavy greasy finish. It was just a really nice balanced toner. I've tried so many hydrating toners, and I don't want to come across like I'm being hard on this product, because I definitely liked it. I've just tried so many, and it's getting hard to compare all of them, but I definitely feel like this one had some great hydrating, nourishing, and brightening ingredients that I will hopefully see better results with the longer that I use it. Luckily, I saw nothing negative with it where I can continue using it and seeing those great results. So I would 100% recommend it at the moment, but I will keep you posted on this. Like I said, the Ordinary is a more budget-friendly alternative to what I feel like this product could be, but you are paying for a few more added ingredients with this product. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more like this, make sure you subscribe, because I post new videos every week, and I will see you all in the next review.